Hey guys, this is Max, and today we're going to be looking at the T8 Apex car jump starter review. So I already did an unboxing on this, and if you haven't seen it, go ahead and click on the icon or the card above if you want to check that out. But today we're going to test this product as much as possible. Now, the one thing I can't do is start my car with this because my car battery is fine right now, but I'm going to do everything necessary before actually starting the car to start it up, because it's already going to start, but I'm going to go through the whole process beforehand so you know what it's like and so you can get a good view of the screen. And basically the order of this video is going to be me going over the beginning of the manual, just a few pieces of it. Then I'm going to go ahead and just show you what it's like to start this or get it ready to restart your car. Then I'm going to show you the manual again and briefly go over a few things and show you the different storage areas where you can store this, because there's a certain temperature limit that you would want to keep this at, especially in a hot environment. Then after that, I'll go ahead and show you the flashlight feature and then the USB charging and discharging, because this is also a battery bank. These are the USB ports here. And then after that, I'll show you Fanttik's website and their offer for July 30th, 2021. They're releasing the deluxe packages, and basically there's two different versions of this system, and I'll be going over both of those in the next clip. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, so we're going to go through the manual here. It's 12 pages just for the English version, but I have a few things highlighted that I want to go over with you. So first off, I want to talk about the package contents. So as you can see, for this section, it has an essential version and an advanced and gift version. Now, what are the differences? Well, let's go over the essential version first, and then we'll see what else is included in the advanced version. The essential one obviously comes with the main system. It has the alligator clamps, or they call them shark clamps. I'm not sure what the difference is, if there is any. It comes with a USB-C cable, so USB-C to USB-C, and it also comes with a USB-A cable, USB-A to USB-C. It comes with an accessories bag, and then it comes with the manual and a quick start guide. And so the advanced version comes with the Apex, of course, as well as the alligator or shark clips, the two USB-A and USB-C charging cables, the PU box, which I'm assuming is the water-resistant or like rubberized storage container, a user manual, quick start guide, and the two adapters. So a 20-watt wall adapter as well as a car charger that comes with both the USB-A and the USB-C outputs. So what you get are these two chargers as well as the storage container, and those are the main differences between the standard and the advanced version. Now I want to go over how to use it. It's very simple. You insert the jumper cable onto the booster and connect the clamps to the car battery. So red to positive, black to negative, simple as that. Next, you press the power button and turn the actual battery on for the T8 Apex. Then once the screen displays the start feature, then you can start the car engine. Now here are the different battery display options. So first, number one is the power percentage. It has the percentage right there for you. Then we have the 12-volt DC output. It'll say it at the 2 slot, so right here. Then we have the plus and minus poles of the battery clips reversed. If you have the battery connections messed up with the clamps, then it will display error, as you can see in the bottom right. And number 4 here, we have USB output voltage, which is located right here. And then the input voltage of USB is located at number 5 right there. 6 is low voltage of car battery, so it'll have a number 6 here. You can override this and power and try and start your car through it's a certain type of manual mode which forces the battery in the T8 to try to start the car. I'll show you that. And lastly, of course, we have the start icon, which is on the lower left of the display screen. Alright guys, so now I'm going to use this system to just connect to my car battery. My car battery currently is fine, it doesn't need to be jump started, but I want to make sure I can reveal to you guys the screen on here and see if I can get any numbers out of it so it'll help you guys understand the system better. Alright guys, so I have the battery connected with the positive and negative clamps correctly placed. And I have it connected to the car starter, and right now, I don't know if you could see it, let me put some shade on there. It has the 12 volt in the upper right, signifying, I believe, that it's a 12 volt car battery. Sorry if you can't see it, the sun's right here. Then we have the start section in green on the bottom left, so this is indicating that you are good to go and start your car. I'm just going to hold down the power button once more just to make sure that everything is correct. Okay, so yeah, everything is right. See, it has the original data when you first start it. So right now it's connected, and all you have to do is start your car. Now this car doesn't have a dead battery, so I don't need to do it right now, but that's all you need to do. And plus, looking at the room I have here, it actually is a decent amount of room, and it depends on where your battery is, but you can easily navigate where to put this thing if you need to start your car, or you could rest it even on just a piece of the car that isn't sensitive to anything on it, which is pretty much any of these surfaces, obviously not the engine, but you should be able to start your car pretty easily with this method. And that is it for this section. So guys, I want to make note that when I used this system with the alligator clamps on the battery, I realized that it automatically turned on the screen, and the screen already displayed the green start button. Now, I don't think that is the case with batteries that are dead, and in the scenario that you would need to use this to charge or start your car, you may not have the same display show up immediately, and you may have to hold down the power button to get everything on. I want to say that the reason why it turned on right away was because the battery already had juice in it, and this the Apex sensed that battery was on and already had everything displayed. So I just want to clear that up. You will probably have to hold down this power button if the screen does not pop up when everything is connected to your car battery. So a few things here on the specification section. First off, we have a lithium-ion battery here. The peak current is 2,000 amps, battery capacity 74 watt-hours. Now, the working temperature, charging, and storage are the main ones I want to talk about. So working temperature will be in 14 degrees to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. This will be an issue if you're in negative degree weather, say it's freezing out and you're in a very cold area, then that might be an issue depending on your environment. The charging temperature, pretty simple here, 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 113 degrees, but the storage temperature is something that's very important and that I want to go over with you in my car, so I'll show you different areas to store it. However, the charging or the storage temperature is -4 degrees Fahrenheit to 122. Now your car can get up to 130, maybe even higher degrees Fahrenheit in hot weather, and depending on how much sun is coming into your car, as well as the color of your interior of your car, as well as the exterior paint, all of this can affect the actual temperature. So I'll go ahead and show you right now how to figure out the best areas to store this battery jump starter when you're not using it. Alright guys, so I want to show you the right area to place or store your T8 Apex, because the car can get very hot, and if it's over like 130 degrees, that's where the storing temperature can affect the battery inside the Apex. So I'm going to use this little temperature gun and just measure which areas inside this car will be great for storing. Now inside the trunk, it's a hot day here in the middle of summer. I'm going to just measure the back of the trunk and get a reading. So this says 120, 116. That's pretty hot for where you want to store it, but it still is within the right storing temperature. Now just at 109, so let me go ahead and just redo this, because sometimes this gun isn't exactly correct. It can change it a lot. So 118, let me go over here in the back. So basically it's at a consistent 110 plus. All right guys, it's super hot in my car right now. I have this little sunshade thing that pops up in this car, so hopefully it took down a little bit of the temperature, but it is just an oven in here, as you probably all know. I'm just gonna measure this. So this is 135 in here right now, 136. Let's see down here, 103, 104. This area, maybe if you have a storage area in your car that is bigger than the one I have, that might be a good option. But as far as the car goes, anywhere where there's some shade lower in the car, so if you have a storage compartment, a glove compartment that's big enough to store this system, or under the seats, because there's a consistent low temperature for the car, I'd say if you could fit it under the seat or in your glove box, that would be better than most trunk spaces. If your car were to be out in the sun for more than a couple hours, definitely consider putting it in those areas inside the cabin of the car instead of the trunk, because overheating the battery can easily happen if you were to get to 130 degrees inside the trunk. Just make sure to put it in the right place and just give your battery the right environment, because then it will just last longer and be more reliable when you really need it. All right guys, lastly here I want to talk about a few things that you should keep in mind with one of these chargers. So number 9 highlighted on the left side, we have remove the clamps from the car battery within 30 seconds after successfully starting the car, otherwise it may cause damage. So that's something just to keep in mind. So number 10, we have do not start the device more than 3 times in a row. And the interval between each start should be at least 2 minutes, otherwise the product will be overheated and damaged. This product displays or outputs a lot of power, and since it's a smaller battery, it will not be able to basically cool down or maintain a consistent cooled temperature. So you want to make sure that it has enough time to cool down after it outputs a ton of power. You might need to maybe run it another time or a second time to start your car, so just make sure you have that 2-minute interval between sessions. Next here we have number 14, do not put the device in water or expose it to rain. So this product is IP65 rated, which means it's dust proof and water resistant, but you don't want to be actually using this to start your car in any sort of rain. You want to make sure it's covered with, I mean, maybe the hood of your car will be enough, but if you have an umbrella or you have some sort of tarp or cover, in order to prevent any water from touching anywhere near the battery or the connections in your car, as well as the entire T8 Apex, make sure that it's not exposed to rain or snow or anything like that. Because once the actual connections are opened on the ports of this, it is not water resistant anymore. It's now exposed to the elements if you let it. Number 18 here, do not wear metal jewelry such as rings, bracelets, necklaces while using the device. Clearly that's just to prevent you from shocking yourself. Number 19, disconnect the jump starter and clamp at the battery clamp plug to reduce the risk of damage to the power plug and power cord. So what I believe this is saying is, after you start your car with this charger, you want to remove it. You want to turn this off with the power button, but then you pull this out before you remove any of the clamps. Basically, removing this section before removing the clamps will just prevent any sort of issues to happen with both your car battery as well as the battery inside this. So just make sure to do that. Number 22, we have do not charge this device immediately after starting the car. So it will probably overheat if you do that, so just make sure to give it some time to rest and the battery to cool down before you charge the device. Next here we have number 26. If your car battery is in low voltage, below 8 volts, press the power button and the LED button of the jump starter simultaneously for 3 seconds to force start your car. So this is what I was talking about. If your battery is too low, it has that special mode. So you need to press and hold the LED and the power button for 3 seconds, and that will force start your car. So the battery will go into its manual mode and help to start the car if the voltage is too low in the car battery. All right guys, so I'm gonna test the flashlight on this. All I have in my office is my strip lights. So they're these LED strip lights. They're gonna be switching colors, but it's dark enough in here so you guys can really see what this flashlight is like. So to turn it on, you just turn the power button on first. It'll flash the screen and then give you the percentage of the battery. And then we want to go into the right part, the right side of this, and the button's right here. I just press it once, and it's a 400 lumen light. So it is very bright in here. You're going to be able to see a lot in the dark if you really need to use this. But there's also 2 more modes here. So this next one is going to be an SOS mode, and it's going to be flashing a lot, so just a heads up. So it basically is just blinking SOS, and if someone recognizes this in the distance, they will be able to see it from quite a distance, depending on how dark the area is. And lastly, this is the strobe light, which is just basically a warning light flashing in red. And now I'm going to turn that off. And those are the 3 modes of this flashlight. I think that it's very bright, and it is useful if you need it. And it could be very helpful in the dark if your car battery or your car shuts down. Okay guys, now I'm going to be testing the recharging of this T8 with the 2 provided cables, the USB-C to USB-C and the USB-A to USB-C. I will only be using the wall charger for now, and I'll be testing out both of the ports to see how it will recharge the system. Okay guys, so I have the USB-A to USB-C connected, and I'm just going to plug it into this wall outlet. Okay, and here we have it. We're at 71%. Now the in section is on right here, so that's showing that there is an input. There's no display of how much power is coming in. Next here I have the USB-C to USB-C cable. I plugged it into the PD section of the wall charger, and now we're going to charge it with this charger. The USB-C to USB-C wall charging is working. It just says in. So now I'm going to show you exactly how much power is going into the system, since this screen does not say exactly how many watts. I'm going to test it with my Goal Zero Sherpa system, because it will display how many watts are going into the system. Alright guys, so I'm testing the charging speed of the wall charger for the Apex. I have the USB-A connector in here, and it's connected to the USB-C. I'm going to plug this in to charge the Sherpa power bank, just to show you how many watts are charging it at any given time. So while it loads, it will eventually show. There you go. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see how high it gets up to. Probably 12 is the maximum. Alright, so clearly we could see that the USB-A charger connected to the wall charger will output 12 watts maximum into the Apex when you're charging it. Okay, and now I'm just using the USB-C connection, which is just in the other side. The USB-C to USB-C, and we could see here that there are 17 watts coming into this power bank to charge it up. Okay guys, so I'm using the Apex to charge my power bank here, and I've connected both chargers inside the USB port section to be an output for this system. Now we could tell that it's charging because it has an out button, but are they both working together to charge this? And we could see that the total amount of power coming into this is 20 watts. Now each of these One of them is capable of up to 12. One of these cables is capable of up to 12 watts, and the other one is 17 watts from my testing. So they do work together, but I'm not sure exactly how much power is coming in from each one. So I'm going to remove one of them and see how much power is coming in. And we could see that there's a massive improvement in power coming into this system. So this means that the USB-C to USB-C will output from this a total of 58 watts currently. But if I were to connect this USB-A to USB-C, we're starting to get a lot less power coming into the system. So now it goes down to 20 watts. I'm going to go to each port to see how much power is coming in. And we could see that the two USB-C ports, one of them's taking in 12, one of them's taking in 7. So if you are charging multiple devices with this power bank, you will get less power from the USB-C PD port into your devices if you have both the USB-A and the USB-C outputs activated. So if you're looking to charge, say, a laptop or a tablet, as well as, say, a phone from the other port, it would be best to just charge from the USB-C PD port first and make it separate for each device, or else each device is going to charge slowly. So we're on Fanttik's website, and this is the product page for the T8 Apex. Right here in front, you could see that you can pre-order the first 2,000 deluxe packages at 10 a.m. starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time on the 30th of July, and that is 2021. Depending on when you see this video, you could get yourself a deluxe package, which is the one that I received. In addition to that, you can get $10 off if you subscribe to their email newsletter. So a total of $99, and that's not including tax or shipping or anything like that. Now, I don't know if this product will be available on Amazon. It might be after I release this video, but if it is, I'll make sure to link to it in the description, because you'll most likely get free shipping with Amazon Prime if you're a member. What type of vehicles is this best for? You could jumpstart any engine up to 8.5 liters of standard gasoline and 6 liters diesel. Now, that is a huge amount of, I guess, workability. I don't think there's many gasoline-powered vehicles that are over 8.5 liters unless it is a massive vehicle. Like, for example, there's something called the Ford Excursion, which is giant. I don't even know if it's that one. It is 8.5 liters if its engine is that huge. But basically any normal car will be able to work under this, but definitely check your car if you have a bigger one that runs gasoline to see if it is over 8.5 liters. I'm pretty sure, like, if you have a huge pickup truck on normal gasoline, or a sports car or like a really powerful sports car with a huge engine, then you might want to check. But I think for most vehicles, they're not going to be over 8.5 liters. Now, for 6 liters diesel, I'm not quite sure on how many pickup trucks or big trucks have over 6 liter diesel, but definitely check your truck and see if this will work for you. Otherwise, you probably want to find a more powerful system. Something really cool about the system, it shows this little graphic, but you could leave this thing unattended for 24 months in your vehicle or wherever you store it, and it will be on standby, and you'll be able to use it in that time span. Now, it's recommended that you charge it every 3 months, even just a little bit, just to make sure the battery is charged, but you can leave it in your car for 2 years before needing to really recharge it. Now, this system has something called the Smart Shield chip, and it's pretty much just a safety measure, and it monitors polarity, surrounding temperature, and all aspects of battery status, so you won't have to worry about damaging the car battery or shocking yourself. I know that should be reassuring, that's why I want to share it, but it has a chip in it, so it's not just a straight up battery that discharges. It knows and it can understand what it's connected to and its own status. Next, we have the IP65 technology, dust-proof and water-resistant, but never use it and actually undo the ports and try and start your car battery if there's any water exposure. Definitely cover it up with an umbrella or something if you can. And if you can't, then you're not going to be able to use it, because you just risk too many, you risk shock and you risk getting injured. You really want to make sure if you're in the rain using this or in the snow that you can find a way to cover the engine if the hood doesn't do it itself, just to make sure there's no water that gets anywhere near the battery or the cables. So we have a 24-month hassle-free warranty with this product. I'm not sure if you need to apply to get the full 24 months. Some products, I know Goal Zero does that, where they have a 12 months warranty immediately, and if you register your product with them, you get an additional 12. I'm not sure if the T8 Apex is the same, but it has a 24-month warranty, so definitely look into that if you're looking to get this. So guys, overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have my article, which I'll link in the description below, and that'll be all about the comparisons of prices between systems that are similar to this, as well as a full overview of my testing. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in finding the best price, making sure this is priced correctly. Also, check out Fanttik's listing right here. I'm going over it, but they'll have their product listing on here, and you'll be able to purchase it, the deluxe package, and pre-order that on the 30th of July 2021. I think that the entire system is pretty awesome. Obviously, I didn't start my car with it because I didn't have the need for it or the tools necessary to actually make that happen, but everything leading up to it worked really well. So basically everything that I've gone over has been pretty accurate, and besides the USB-C charging from the wall, which gave an output of 17 to 18 watts to charge the battery, so it won't charge in the 1.5 to 2 hours that was said if you get a 65 watt output to charge the battery. So that's the only real thing that came into question here. You just won't get the full charging capabilities with the wall charger, and that's what I recorded in my testing. So highly recommend checking it out. I want to thank Fanttik for giving me this product to test, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below.